Clouds have parted. Sun is out. Time to play baseball here at Hudson Fields, Hazen Union High School in Hardwick, Vermont. This is your Hazen Union Wildcats hosting the Montpelier Solons. Opening game for both teams today. Lance Hall with the call. Michael on tech. Lance McKenzie on camera. Watching the teams warm up today. You're watching on HCTV channel 1080, streaming worldwide and archived at www.hctv.us. Please consider donating using the QR code on screen or at our website. Today's sponsors, Green Mountain Technology and Career Center, gmtcc.lsd.org, Jumpstart Your Future. The Village Restaurant, 472-5701. And the Hardwick Academy Hazen Union Alumni Association. Save the dates, June 20th for the Masters Memorial Golf Tournament and June 21st for the Alumni Reunion. HCTV celebrating 20 years. Well, we were incorporated in 2004, 2005 is when we started producing content. It's never too late to celebrate, is it? 20 years. You can read all about this game and the next edition of the Hardwick Gazette, your community-owned newspaper. Played Montpelier last year twice, and it wasn't pretty. 17 zip, 10 zip. We're a young team, returning some youngsters, some freshman stuff. And Montpelier is returning a lot of seniors. So I think hopefully we'll be a little more competitive this year. A few more games under everybody's belt. Pitching today for the Wildcats is going to be Grayson McNaughton, a junior pitcher. He pitched good last year. Montpelier answers back. Their pitcher is going to be Soren Bay Hansen, a senior. Grayson, a junior. Final bit of warm-ups here. It's been a cold, wet, soggy spring. We're going to be lucky to get this game in today. It's supposed to snow tonight. JP's supposed to get like a foot of snow tonight. So we'll see. Another game coming up on Thursday. We'll be hosting Payne Mountain. If I remember correctly, that is a Williamstown Northfield combined team. That'll be game 2, and that's going to be Thursday. Weather's supposed to be nice for that one. A little chilly, but it'll be nice. Considering the rain that came down from about 2 to what, it let up about 3:30, quarter 4, Michael? But it was coming down for a little bit. Hazen a couple years removed from that run where they took it to the D3 final over at Centennial Field, eventually losing to People. Coach Sean Allen, his second year, I believe, at the helm. Solon's coached by Logan Cook, assisted by Nick Foster. Nick Foster, of course, the varsity boys coach, varsity basketball boys coach down at Montpelier. 4 straight division titles. Celebrated their 4th straight this past March. Just a phenomenal run. Snack Shack open today. Something smells good over there. Michael wisely moving his car out of the way. Foul balls. So after the rain and the sogginess and everything, I got a feeling the field is going to be a little slow today. Any ground balls? Right up by home plate's nice and dry. I walked there just before the game. And tarp over. That's nice and dry. Pitcher's mound nice and dry. So Hazen's coming in. I think we're going to be ready to play baseball. We are moments away. Joe, how you doing? Too bad. How you doing, Michael?
I'm all right.
You ready for baseball?
Yeah. Lance, you're not going to believe this.
Tell me.
I haven't got all. I didn't even get all the wood in last winter.
I am darn close to being out of wood. I've got mine ordered, 6 cord.
Yep.
I'll have it in.
I
Come
think I
come
left
fall.
about. I think I left about half a cord in
Uh,
the yard this year.
In the yard
Yep. So I'll put that in.
at some point.
Yes, maybe next year.
That stuff's going to be seasoned, Michael.
Oh boy. Yeah, I like it when it gets nice and soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am just about out, but I purposely did that. I wanted to completely empty the cellar out, so I got,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Tonight and tomorrow we'll burn a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've got about.
Tomorrow night.
I think we've got like 2 or 3 nights left in the basement.
Yep.
But we got a. Borns came out. We're trying the biofuel.
Okay.
So they gave us a whole tank of the biofuel. So we'll see like BTUs per gallon if
Yeah.
that's worth it. What is that? Fuel oil substitute? Yeah, it's like veggie oil. Greasel. Greasel.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the stuff at Black Bear. Oh. It's like a different type of biodiesel fuel.
So you can like heat your home and cook your French fries.
Yeah, everybody makes that joke.
Yeah.
But you know what it does is it really helps dry out the masonry liner on the chimney.
Okay.
When we're done burning, and especially when we're doing like intermittent fires and the flue is going cold in
Yeah.
between fires, like it really helps to kind of keep things from growing on the inside of the chimney, which is nice.
Yeah, that's the next thing I gotta do. I gotta line up my chimney cleaner and get them come and do mine.
Yeah, it's a huge code violation, so don't tell anybody, all right?
I won't tell a word.
Just
Won't
you
tell a soul.
and 5 people who are watching.
Our single-digit viewers.
Baseball, baby. But we have umpire cam this year.
Yeah, I like that. Zeroed right in. We, do we have it mic'd so we'll be able to hear down there?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah. All right, Hazen takes the field. Montpelier is going to be sending senior Clayton Foster to the plate first. He's going to be playing shortstop when he's out in the field.
We should get you a monitor so you see him. I could actually, now that it's all in the splitter, I could pull up. They've got a virtual monitor. Where? It's just a piece of software that the splitter comes with. So I could do that.
April 15th, tax day. In addition to tax days, there's a lot of things going on today. A lot of things. For instance, Michael,
Yeah, I'm listening.
it's Take a Wild Guess Day.
Oh,
Take a wild guess what other day it is today.
uh, National um, um, Business Administrators Appreciation Day.
No, but in light of your biofuel that you're burning, today is McDonald's Day. The first McDonald's opened up in Illinois in 1955.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, Ray Kroc. It's also Jackie Robinson Day. Jackie Robinson made his debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers April 15th, 1947. Went on to have a stellar career. He's number 42, retired for all teams, all time. Here's Foster at the plate. Opening pitch of the 2025 baseball season right here at Hazen Union High School. Moments away. First pitch in. Over to left. Underneath it. Drops in for a base hit. Foster rounds first. Thought about taking second. Throw in. Next up, Colden Hollingsworth. Another senior. Going to play center field when he's out on the field. Second pitch of the game. Sharp to Hayden. Knocks it down, keeps it in front of him. That ball was on a rope hitting out there. Jake knocks it down in front of him. So we got runners at first and second. Going to bring up Lucas Alber. Another senior. He'll be playing catcher. So 2 pitches, 2 hits. McNaughton off to a little bit of a rough start. Let's see if he can settle down. Looks Foster back at second. Foster almost daring him out there. Low and outside. Throw down to third. Foster's going to be in. And Hollingsworth gets over to second. So we got runners at second and third now. Albert at the plate. Count 1-0. Pitch low and outside. Ball 1. Foster thinking about coming home. Kaya Cloutier in it. Catcher for us. He's a freshman. Low and outside again. Foster wanting to come home. Three and 0 the count. That's outside. And Albert walks to load the bases here in the top of the first. Brings up Brody Stanton. Is that Brody Stanton? Yes, Brody Stanton, a sophomore. So after 3 state seniors, we're going to have a sophomore. Tall, rangy player. In the dirt. That one low as well. McNaughton looking for that first strike. Bases loaded for the Solons here in the first. Ball 3. There's a shot. The second shoveled over, looking for the double play. Can they turn it? No. 2-run score. So Stanton's on first. They got Albert out, but the other 2 runs score. And that's going to bring Soren Bay Hansen to the plate. Hansen, another senior. Solon's up 2-zip. Top of the first. Pitch. Hansen, the pitcher for the Solons in this game. That one fouled off. One and one the count, 1 out. Here's what he's looking for. First strike of the game for McNaughton. 1-2 your count. That one chopped down. Count will stay 1-2. High shot out to left. Underneath it with the catch. Chase Newell with the catch for make it 2 outs. Stanton stays at first. And this is Arda Cone. A junior who'll be playing third in the field today. McNaughton. Inside, ball 1. Two and 0. Pitch. right up the gap to third. Stanton's got ball goes underneath Newell. Stanton rolls out. I think he's going to come home. Stanton's going to get waved home on this one. And Cone in with a double. Make it 3-zip. Colby Sterling. Let's see. What do I got here? Colby Sterling up. Ball down. Cone goes to third. Sterling's a junior. Count 1-0. High, pop up to the infield, back, parked underneath it. Catch made, third out by Justin Montgomery. Play it short. So at the end of, we go to move to the bottom of the first. Score 3-zip Montpelier. Yep. Prayers. Prayers said.
Much better. Okay. Much better.
Are we staying live through all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Up Owen Scorstead, Chasen Newell, and Justin Montgomery to bat here in the bottom of the first. See what they can do against Soren Bay Hansen, senior pitcher. A little more baseball trivia. Got some good baseball trivia for today.
There's a lot.
Night.
Basically just math.
In 1968, the Astros beat the Mets, get this, 1-zip in 24 innings.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine going 24 innings and losing 1-zip?
Jeez, no way.
Tom Seaver pitched 10 innings. Don Wilson pitched 9. Game took 6 hours. That's crazy. No,
Really long game.
no pitcher in the MLB today will go 9 or 10 innings. You know, lucky, some of them are lucky to go 9 or 10 pitches. All right, Scorsted up. In for a ball. Strike. 1-1 the counts. Two and one. Hazen with the pitch. 2-2. Fouled off. Count stays 2-2. Scorstead wants another bat. Here's a shot to second over. 1 out. Jackson Mason with the play. Over to Brody Stanton for the out. Chase Newell up now. Pitch in, swing, foul back, strike one. Chase, a sophomore. Oh, and a sophomore as well. Played some good ball last year. Shot back to the pitcher. Hanson over for the play. Keeping him in the infield and on the ground. Lone senior on our team, Evan Lemaire. Justin Montgomery at the plate. At high for a ball. Inside, 2-0. I do like this view shooting from this side. I can see the pitches better. I can see more of the field. Good call, Michael.
Lance. It was all Lance.
It was all Lance? Good call, Lance.
That's good leadership. Good job,
Yep.
Michael.
No. It takes a team, right? It takes a village.
It certainly does. Yeah, we were out here for about an hour and 45 minutes yesterday. Doing a test setup.
Nice. Looks like we got a count of 3-1 with 2 outs over here. 3-2, full counts. Big cut by Montgomery. Strike 3. So the Wildcats go down 1-2-3, bottom half of the first. Makes the score 3-0 Solons. You're watching Hazen Varsity Baseball on HCTV Channel 1080, streaming worldwide and archived at www.hctv.us. Sponsors today, Green Mountain Technology and Career Center, gmtcc.lsd.org. Jumpstart your future. The Village Restaurant, 472-5701. The Hardwick Academy Hazen Union Alumni Association. Save the dates, June 20th, the Masters Memorial Golf. June 21st, the Alumni Reunion. We'll move to the top of the second here. Lance Hall with the call, Michael on tech. Lance McKenzie on camera. Clouding back over a little bit, but I think it's just going to chill it down a little bit. Jason Graves will be coming up to lead off the top of the first here for the Solons. Rebuilding the year last year for Hazen, we're 4-10 in the district, 4-13 overall. Montpelier 6-2 in district, 12-4 overall. But that was last year. Right now, both teams 0-0. Looking to notch that first win. Jackson Mason coming up second for the Solons, and then we return back to the top of the order with Clayton Foster rounding out the batters for the Solons here to lead off the second inning. Graves, a sophomore. Ball one. It's a shot to short. Up at the ball, throw over. One out. Nice play. Justin Montgomery over to John Seacard. Brings up Jackson Mason, a sophomore. Right back. Soft shot to short. Over to first. Montgomery underneath it. Over to Seacard. 1-2. Brings back Foster, top of the order. Foster singled to left on the first pitch of the game. Back in the first. Foul back. 0-1 the count. Oh, and 2 fouled off again. Back into the parking lot. Didn't quite get my car. Thought I was safe over there. 1-2. 2 outs. Top of the second. First two batters, McNaughton kept them low in the infield. Ground balls, the infield, both to Montgomery at short. Almost looked like Foster got hit, but I guess not. Moves the count to 2-2. Shot right over to Montgomery. Underneath it, over to Seacard. 3 up, 3 down, courtesy of the Justin Montgomery, John Seacard duo out there. Quick inning, or quick half inning, I should say. For Hazen, we'll be bringing up McNaughton's going to start things off. Followed by Jake Hayden. And batting third will be John Seacard. So, see what these young gentlemen can do. It's Holy Tuesday today. Holy Tuesday. As in,
Who's holiness?
I'm not sure. I meant to look it up further, and I didn't. I was looking up a bunch of other stuff, and I got kind of hung up on some of these other days. There were so many. But you know what? I have a device, and we have time. That's a nice thing about baseball. You have time for all this stuff. Holy Tuesday. Let's check this out.
We'll have to apologize to our viewers because we are getting used to some new camera equipment this season.
Okay.
So apologies if anybody gets motion sickness.
All right, we are trying, as you can see, we've got different angles up here. We're shooting from a different angle. We've got a camera down behind, or just, I was behind, but now it's moved to the side. We're praying for the safety of that camera. Right down there to the side of the backstop. On this Holy Tuesday, we want to say a prayer for that camera. But we hope everybody enjoys the angles. We'll apologize if we make anybody motion sick through it all. Give us a little time, and we'll get this all down.
And if you have feedback, throw
Yeah.
it in the chat.
Yeah, we have the live chat going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're broadcasting live. We're going to try and do as many live games
Okay.
over YouTube as we can, but we just got Wi-Fi out in the field.
All right, we got Wi-Fi out here, so we're actually broadcasting live, which is cool. So, yeah, you can chime in on the chat if you'd like. All right, we'll get to Holy Tuesday in a minute. It's also known as Fig Tuesday.
I like Fig Tuesday.
Yeah. All part of the Holy Week, which precedes Easter. Yeah, I like figs better than, yeah, better than holes. All right, McNaughton at the plate. First pitch, in for a strike.
Who's the Montpelier pitcher?
It is Soren Bay Hansen, a senior.
Soren Bay Hansen.
Yep.
Quite the windup. Full body windup.
Yeah. We went down 1, 2, 3 in the first to him. Up, second baseman under it. Over to first. Stretch. Did he stay on? Yes. That was Jackson Mason over to Brody Stanton. Nice play. Good thing he's tall. Brody was the gentleman I talked about who was, the tall, rangy. And he used all of his range on that to stretch out on that one. So another ground out. Gonna bring up Jake Hayden. Ball 1. One and one, you count. 1 out. Bottom of the second. 1-2. Jake's a junior, but I think I've called his name. I think he's been playing since he's a freshman, playing varsity. Lucas Albert catching for the Solons. Pitch in, fouled back. 2-2 will remain the count. Swing and a miss. Hazen goes down swinging. 2 outs. It's going to bring up John Seacard. Seacard fouls that one back. 0-1. Hansen looks in. Delivers. Little chopper. That one's going to roll foul. So we're going to go 1-2. Two and two. Pitch in. There's a shot out to the left. I think that's going to get back there and get it. Yeah, it's going to drop in. Seacard in with a single. Right, I believe this is Will Halperin, who is the DH today. Halperin is a freshman. A freshman. Designated hitting today. Again, Hazen, a young team. Will takes first pitch for a ball. Seacard at first with a single. First hit of the game for the Cats. Pickoff over to first doesn't get him though. He's back. Way outside. 2-0. Evan Lemaire on deck. Over to first. C card back. Not to be Evan Lemaire, not to be confused with Jameson Lamar. Halpern takes a strike. 2-1. Big swing, big cut. If he'd have connected, that ball would have been down at the red light. 2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Solon's up 3-zip. Gray skies overhead. We're playing baseball. And there's strike 3. To end the second inning. Montpelier still with a 3-0 lead here at Hudson Fields. Hazen Union High School, Hardwick, Vermont. Grass is getting green, no leaves yet. Here on this 15th of April. Titanic Remembrance Day. Titanic sunk.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God we're remembering it.
We're remembering it. Yeah, it's true. The interesting bit of trivia you can always get people with is it struck the iceberg on the 14th, but it was late. It didn't officially sink. And, you know, it struck the iceberg like 11:40 or something, but it didn't actually sink until like 2:20 on the 15th. So if you ever want to get somebody with a trivia. Years ago, we went down. There was a guy. I think he's passed. I know he's passed away now. But there was a little place in Springfield, Mass. You walk into it, and it was like an old-fashioned pharmacy drugstore, real old-fashioned. You know, the I don't even know how to describe it. It was like something out of the 50s or 60s, the decor and stuff. And in a back room, this guy had a ton of Titanic stuff, photos and pictures and parts from it and everything. And when they made the movie Titanic, they actually consulted with him on it to make sure everything was historically accurate on the set and stuff. And we took the kids there, and I think he charged us a couple bucks a pop, and we went in there, and of course the kids were like, you know, crazy about it. But it was really cool in this little tiny, you know, it was like driving down street to like, you know, the diner, and just parked. We parked there on the street, and we walked in, and we told the guy what we wanted to see, and he said, "Yeah, sure." And he led us into this back room, and it was really cool, really cool.
I like those mini museums.
Yeah, it was just this tiny little room of incredible Titanic memorabilia. All right, third inning. Who are we going to bring up? We're going to bring up Colden Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth singled in the first inning. Down in the dirt. 2-0. Out in front of that one. 2-1. 3-1. Lucas Albert on deck. Draws the walk. I'll tell you one thing he had, Michael, that, I don't know, really resonated with me was he had some actual photos that someone on the Carpathia had taken as they were picking up some of the survivors from the Titanic. And that just really, really struck me.
Where do you even get something like that?
I have no idea, but, I mean, he had them. Ball in the dirt. Hollingsworth going to go to second. Takes a big turn. Kaya Cloutier, freshman, behind the plate today. Advanced learning curve today for Kaya. He's done pretty good so far. Albert, big swing. Hollingsworth down to third. One and one the count, no outs. Hollingsworth threw the walk. He's advanced to third now. Gonna catch him? No. Oh, ball goes by. Almost had him in a rundown. Almost had him. Hollingsworth comes home. Four zip now, your score. Top of the third. Albert up, Brody Stanton on deck. Bay Hansen after that. Albert walks. Stanton up next. Albert steals second. Outside. One and one, no outs. Top of the third. Stanton, man. That was a shot. Albert goes to third. Stanton at first. That was a hard single. Good play by Skorstedt out there to come in and get it. Once again, slow field today. The field is so wet. But that was hit hard. Bay Hansen up next. Stanton rumbles into second. Outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Little poke out there. C-Card going to chase. Albert's going to come home. "5-0 your score. And Cone coming up with 1 out. Here's Cone at the plate, takes a swing. Stanton at third. Pop back. Almost. Strike one. Or struck him out, actually. Struck him out. Okay. Colby Sterling Prue comes up next. It was a high shot out to left. Parking underneath it. Making the catch. Chase Newell. Montpelier tacks 2 more on to make it 5-zip. To go down to the bottom of the third now. Hazen's going to bring up Evan Lemaire. And then Kaya Cloutier, our freshman catcher, who's doing wonders out there today. Stopping just about everything. And we go back to the top of the lineup with Owen Skorstead. Bay Hansen stays out. On the mound. Giving up just 1 hit. That was a single by John Seacard back in the second. Everything else, ground outs and strikeouts. Through 2. Ground out, strikeout in the first. Ground out, Strikeout, single, strikeout, and the second for Hazen. National Rubber Eraser Day. Does anybody still use those things?
Yeah, what other kind of eraser is there?
I don't know. I don't know. Beats me. It's also World Art Day today. World Art Day.
God bless all of our artists.
I can draw a really mean stick figure. When the kids were small, they tell me to draw a cow. I draw like a stick figure cow. So that I could draw. I could draw one heck of a stick figure. Strike one. To Lemaire. Evan Lemaire. Evan is a senior. Puts the bunt down. Hanson, right to Hanson, though. And Hanson over to Stanton for the outs. Kaya Cloutier, freshman. Going up against the senior pitcher, Hanson. Swing and a miss. There's a pop-up into the infield, parking underneath that one. Clayton Foster with the outs. Top of the lineup, center fielder Owen Skorstead. Owen hit a ground out back in the first. Over to Foster. Foster. Stanton underneath. Skorstead with good speed, but couldn't quite get enough speed.
What's the rule here now, Lance?
I believe it's 10 runs by the fifth is the mercy rule, I think. I believe if they're up 10. I believe it's 10. I believe. Sponsors today as we move to the top of the fourth. You're watching on HCTV channel 1080 on a cable dial, streaming worldwide and archived at www.hctv.us. Please consider donating using the QR code on screen or at our website. And we are sponsored today by Green Mountain Technology and Career Center, gmtcc.lnsd.org. Jumpstart your future. The Village Restaurant, 472-5701. Hardwick Academy, Hazen Union Alumni Association. Save the dates. June 20th is the Masters Memorial Golf. June 21st, the Alumni Reunion. And happy birthday to us, 20 years. Been incorporated since 2004, started producing in 2005. Read about this game in the next edition of the Hardwick Gazette, your community-owned newspaper. Lance Hall with the call. Lance McKenzie on camera. Michael on tech. I think I've missed a joke.
Just cut to Lance's camera and it was up in the sky, so I was like, "Oh, my guy's got to get it together. He's not on it today."
Oh,
I'm sorry.
let me see who we've got coming up here as we try and gather ourselves together. We're going to have Jason Graves coming up to lead off, I believe, for the Solons, followed by Jackson Mason, I think. Let me flip my Let me flip my roster here. Yes, it is Jackson Mason. And then I believe we're back to the top of the lineup with Clayton Foster after Mason. Graves ground out back in the second. Score 5-zip to start off here at the fourth. One and one. Turned on that one. Fouls it off. 1 and 2. Struck him out. Struck him out. If my record keeping is correct, that's the second strike out for McNaughton in this game. Jackson Mason comes up 1 out. Want to know your count. 1 and 1. Two and one. I went a little high. 3 and 1. Mason draws a walk. Brings up Clayton Foster. Foster this far has single to left. And where's my other note here? Ground out in this game so far. So Mason on first. Foster at the plate. Want to know your count? 1 out. Top of the fourth. Solon's up 5-zip here at Hudson Fields. home opener for the Cats. First game for the Solons as well. It's a little blooper underneath. Flip over. Got the lead runner. Nice play by Evan Lemaire. Hollingsworth up now. He'll be followed by Lucas Alber. Hollingsworth single to third in the first. Down underneath. Foster moves up to second. Hollingsworth, strike. Hollingsworth single to third in the first. Walk, stole second and third, and came home in the third. And so he scored twice today. Ball down low. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Foster, decent lead out at second. McNaughton looks back. Foul ball on that one. Over to Hazen. Goes off his glove, but backing him up nicely. It's short. Was Montgomery. Nice backup by Justin Montgomery. As Jake had that one go off the end of his glove. Runners at the corner, 2 outs. And we've got Lucas Alber up. Alber walked in the first. Walked in the second, stole second, came home. Back in the second inning. There's a runner goes. So runners at second and third. Ball 1. Out to left, that's going to drop in. We're going to have 1 run score. We're going to have 2 runs score. Albert's going to be on single. Nice hit by Alber. Makes it 7-zip. And Brody Stanton at the plate. Out to right. Runner goes to third. Alber goes to third. Stanton at first. Bats coming alive for the Solons. Soren Bay Hansen at the plate. Pitched well today. Popped out to left in the first. And was out in the third as well. So runner goes down to second once again. Stanton at second. Hansen, high ball out to center. Nice catch for the third out. Owen Skorstead making that out. To end the inning, but not before the Solons tack on a couple more. Make it 7-zip. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth. And we will bring up Chase Newell, Justin Montgomery, and Grayson McNaughton. Chase ground out in the first. And that's been his only at bat this game. Well, Jim, ever the proud dad, looking over us here. Hazen's still a young team. Montpelier, a veteran team. A lot of seniors. It's a well-coached, well-skilled team. We are still growing. We'll get there. Freshmen, sophomores. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores. We got 4 juniors, sophomore, senior, 3 or 4 freshmen here. Yeah. First game ever played in Olympic Stadium on this day, 1977. Expos got beat by the Phillies 7-2.
By the Phillies?
They got beat by the Phillies 7-2. First game ever in Olympic Stadium up in Montreal. I miss the Expos. Yeah. Yeah. And an Expo. Yep. Yeah. You saw him pitch up there? I went up to an Expos game once, and we saw Barry Bonds when he was playing. Before he got big. Both ways. Newell, strike one. One and one, your counts. Second pitch. 1 and 2. Strike three on Newell.
Yeah, can we just like cheat it as much as we can? Like try and get just like the corner of the box here.
Well, that's the thing. With if we kind of depending on what you wanted for the shot. If we wanted to just get the pitcher and have like
Justin Montgomery. Seen him make some nice defensive plays out there today in the field.
they would be in the frame. You know, they'd be blocking the pitcher.
That one's high. Inside. 2-0 the counts. One down here, bottom of the fourth. Strike one. That went way high. Hear Hazen say, my bad. 3-1. That went high again. Takes a walk. Grayson McNaughton up next. Strike one. 1-1 your count. Montgomery at first. Drew the walk. Only the second person to get to first base today off of Hansen. Illinois Seacard off the single. Steals second. Cavs with everything to gain, nothing to lose. Might as well play aggressive. 1-2, 1 out.
Jim, I think their camera was above the backstop. I think their camera was above the backstop.
Turn around, tries to get him. Almost caught Montgomery napping out there. McNaughton the pitch outside. We're going to go 2-2. Chopper. Underneath that one's Foster. Montgomery goes to third. Jake Hayden up here. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. Cats looking to get on the scoreboard. Their best opportunity. right down the middle for a strike.
So at the end of this half inning, are we going to put a key back in and everything?
John Seacard on deck. Only player today to get a hit off of Hazen so far. Montgomery got on a walk. Jake wants that one back. Always low. 1-2. Jake looking to bring Montgomery home. Hazen looking to get this out and retire the side. Hazen the pitch. Strike 3. Got him looking. That'll end the inning. Montpelier still up 7-zip. I'm going to zip up my coat. I'm going to go to the coat. Starting to get a little chilly out here. Cone leads off for the Solons. Sterling up next. And Jason Graves. Cone so far has doubled and struck out in this game. Takes a pitch there for a strike. Seacard takes the line, takes the ball.
No, don't. When they switch over.
And McNaughton moves over to first. That one inside. Count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, I don't. No need to go down there when the game's actually on.
Struck him out. Seacard gets things rolling here with a strike. Kobe Sterling at the plate. There's another strike. One and one. Two and one, your count. Seacard pitch. 2-2. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Seacard. I believe this is going to bring up Graves.
Okay, we can do it with one. I mean, you mean the third?
Jason Graves strikes.
Do I get 2 cameras on Thursday? It's fine if I don't. Yeah, okay, so we'll just do it. Okay.
1 and 1. It's a high shot. Underneath it's Montgomery making the call. Bumps into Lemaire, but holds on, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Solons there in the 5th. We're going to bring up John Seacard, Will Halperin, who's DH, and Evan Lemaire. As we drop down to the bottom of the 5th. Seacard leading off. He's gotten the lone hit today off of Hazen. Current score at 7-zip. On this day in 1964, the Beatles, in the midst of shooting a movie, were wrapping up the day when Ringo Starr stated, "Boys, it's been a hard day's night." John Lennon took it and made a song out of it. All right, C card. Batted back in the second and got a single. And there goes another high fly ball, but that's going to drop foul. And that has been his lone at bat, according to my records today. The only player to get a hit off of Hazen for the Wildcats. Bottom of the fifth, strike one. C card leading off. Hazen. The pitch. Strike two. Did he hold up? No. He did not, says the first base umpire. Will Halperin. He is the DH today. That pitch high. We've seen Hazen sail a few high here the last little bit. Last inning he sailed a couple up high. That one right down the middle for a strike. That's the pitch he's looking for. Halperin off to right. Caught for the outs. Evan Lemaire at the plate now for the Cats here in the bottom of the fifth. Lemaire takes strike one. One and one. That one back. Is it going to be caught? And we got an out. Fouled out. Did he on that play? And we move to the sixth.
Viewers at home
Well,
did not catch that catch.
I didn't catch it either. I guess it's, well, you know.
Clear dugout.
So we're not perfect.
Is what I want.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get that dugout moved. We'll roll that thing back. You're watching most of Hazen Varsity Baseball here. As we're still sorting out the camera angles. Here on ACTV Channel 1080. Streaming worldwide and archived at www.actv.us. Our sponsors today, Green Mountain Technology and Career Center. gmtcc.lsd.org, jumpstart your future. The Village Restaurant, 472-5701. And the Hardwick Academy Hazen Union Alumni Association. Save the dates, June 20th for the Masters Memorial Golf, June 21st for the Alumni Reunion. We'll prorate our sponsorship to number of outs that we're able to catch on camera. Lance Hall with the call, Michael at Tech, Lance McKenzie on camera. I'm enjoying these angles. We hope everybody else is as well. As you see, it's a work in progress, but we've got the camera down beside the screen now. And
Yeah, please donate to the HCTV camera.
As we move to the top of the sixth with the Solons up 7-zip. I'm going to tear off another page here. Who are we going to have coming up here? I think we're going to go from the bottom to the top. Jackson Mason, Clayton Foster, Colden Hollingsworth coming up for it. Let's see. I had a couple music notes I wanted to get in here. Let's see. What did I have here? Did I write down how old he is? I often don't. I should. As I fumble through my pages here. No, I didn't write down what year he was born. Anyway, it's Phil Mogg's birthday. Phil Mogg was the lead singer for UFO, and
Not Moog.
Moog.
M-O-O-G?
M-O-G-G.
Oh, okay.
Mogg.
Synthesizer guy.
Pretty sure it's Phil Mogg. Yeah, that's Moog. Now, Phil Mogg, lead singer for UFO. Fantastic band back in the late 70s, early 80s. Michael Schenker, Paul Raymond, Pete Way on bass. Strangers in the Night, one of the greatest live albums of all time. And I'm telling you right now, if you go back and you watch some of the old footage of their live stuff, there would be no David Coverdale without Phil Mogg. He just, so much of his stage presence Coverdale took. All right, speaking of presence, Jackson Mason, sophomore, at the plate for the Solons. Seacar's been pitching good since he's taken over here. 1-2-3 inning. Back in the fifth. I would say Kaya Kluter in his debut as catcher has done yeoman's work out here. A lot of pitches in the dirt, a lot of pitches high, a lot of pitches outside. He's done good. Keep everything in front of him. That one's to Montgomery at short. Beat it. He beat it. Montgomery with a good arm, a good straight, solid throw. But Mason on with a single, going to bring up Clayton Foster. Foster squared up. Mason down to second. Foster has singled. He has ground out. He has singled. As Mason gets down to third now in scoring position for Foster. And strike. Foster right back to the pitcher. Seacard, nice grab. Over to Stanton, now going to come down to third. Not in time. Nice play. Great play, great all-around play. 2 outs. Base is empty for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth singled, walked, and singled again in this game. Two and one out. Top of the 6th. Solon's lead 8-zip. High pop up. That one's going to go foul. Nobody will get that because that will be bat into the batting net. So we'll drop the count to 2-2. Hollingsworth strikes out. Three strikeouts for Seacard since he took over the 5th. Lucas Albert up. Albert has walked, and singled in this game. Two and one your count, 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of the 6th. That one's out to left. That's going to fall foul. Took a little bit of a hook there at the end. It looked good until about the last bit of it. The hook fell. Went high. 3-2. Full count. High pop up. Into the puddle. Ball 4, Albert walks. Stanton up next. If I remember right, Stanton back in the 3rd hit a shot up the middle that a hard hit straight up the middle. Also singled back in the 1st. Wind picking up here at Hudson Fields. Well, kind of in our faces. singled last time he was up. Albert on first. We've seen him steal before. Stanton at the plate. 2 outs. Count of 1-0. John Seacard on the mound, taking over for Grayson McNaughton. That one down low. Albert's going to go to second. There's a strike. 2-1. Stanton with a big cut.
So I'm
3-1.
going to follow the ball when
Yeah, except it gets really confusing when because I want to try to see action in the field,
exactly.
and then if somebody's coming around the base, I either
Stanton walks.
miss the run or I miss the.
Runners at first and second. Hazen, the pitcher, up at the plate. Looking to help his own cause here. With the Solons up 8-0. At the top of the 6th. Ball 1. Up the line, that's fair. Albert's going to score. Stanton's going to stop at second. Going to push the score to 9-0 with 2 outs. Stanton on second. Hazen on first. Brings up Cone at the plate. Cone doubled in the first inning. Struck out in the second. And struck out in the 5th. He was the first strikeout for Seacard back when John took over back in the 5th inning, as the wind is really picking up now. Strike 1. See the netting on the batting cage is starting to go now. That one, Cloutier can't come up with it. Runners advance to second and third. One and one, 2 outs. Back to the pitcher, through the pitcher. Run's going to score over to first. Safe. Wow. A little bit of a bobble out there. By Lemaire. Run scores, 10-0. Brings up Sterling. That one's coming back. It's going to fall off the backstock. Oh and 1, 2 outs. Runners at second and third for Kobe Sterling. Sterling chops that one off his foot. Make it 0 and 2. That's got to hurt on a day like today.
Off the foot.
Yeah. You know, foot, ankle, whatever, you know. Gonna go down to first. That's it. Okay. So that'll end the top half of the inning. Damage done though. Solons go up 10-zip. Cats will get one last at bat here in the bottom of the sixth. See what they can do to cut into this lead. And we got a new pitcher. No, I guess he was just standing on the mound. I thought Foster was going to take over his pitching, but he was just kind of hanging out on the mound. So we'll go from the bottom of the order to the top with Cloutier up first. And then Owen Scorsted, followed by Newell. Hazen's pitched well. Like I said, just a one-hitter he's got going here. And he's only had, I believe, 2 innings where we haven't gone 1, 2, 3, if I've got that correct. Yeah. Montgomery walked. Seacard got the hit to extend us beyond a 1, 2, 3 inning. Back in the second and the fourth. Other than that, it's been 3 up, 3 down for Hazen. Wood fire tonight, Michael, or are you going to fire up the biofuel?
Depends. If it's above 35, then the furnace just sweats us right out of the house.
Okay.
And I don't want. At this point in the year, I don't want to do. I don't want to have a low burning fire. So
Yeah.
we'd probably do oil if it's above 35, and if it's below, then we'll do.
I think the high tomorrow is supposed to be like 35, 37, I think, if I
We'll
remember seeing
keep
it.
the furnace warm for the whole.
Yeah, it's supposed to be chilly tomorrow. We'll be back Thursday when the Wildcats will be hosting Payne Mountain. First pitch for that set at 4:30. Cloutier up. High for a ball. One and two to the freshman. Gonna go down. Gonna dig out. I think that's what they call a passed ball. Albert couldn't quite come up with it. Cloutier on. Scorsted up. Score step.
Yo, be careful of these cables.
Ground out and popped out in his 2 at-bats today. Cloutier moves down to second. Foster comes up with that one. 1 out. Cloutier moves down to third. Chase Newell up. That one high. Into the gap. Cloutier scores. Newell with a hit. 10-1. Cats on the scoreboard. Justin Montgomery up.
Did that work?
It was sort of tight on the action in the outfield.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see the Hazen player land on the bag.
Coming across the plate. Yeah. Oh, at second base?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
High for a ball.
Did you see the run coming across the plate?
I switched back to it real quick. It's kind of I'm pitching it. It's kind of disorienting.
Yeah.
Just pull back real quick and then watch somebody touch the home base and then go back out to the outfield.
Right.
And that's when I landed on that tight shot.
Oh, because he was on third.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have time. Yeah.
3-0 the count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Cats trail 10-1. Just got a run on the board though, courtesy of the Chase Newell hit, which drove in Kaya Cloutier.
So when you hit that, and I started to zoom, but the cam for this
3 and 1.
wide, so we kind of like went from wide to wide. Is that what you mean by disoriented? Disorienting?
No, I just mean the cut was I cut back to home base and then like a half second later I cut back out to the outfield.
Oh, I see.
So that's what I mean.
Oh, I see.
Fouled off. 3 and 2.
Wow.
There's a walk. Runners at first and second. Grayson McNaughton up to the plate now. Wind switching around, blowing the other way almost now. Swirling winds. We're in Shea Stadium. Runners at first and second for Hazen. Hansen still on the mound. Logan Cook comes out to talk. Elber out on the mound as well. It's the most hitters that Hanson's allowed in the game. We've had 4 twice. Otherwise, it's been 1, 2, 3. McNaughton, the 5th player to come to the plate in this inning. Jake Hazen on deck. Shot to center. Underneath it, making the catch. Throw down. Double play. A double play to end the inning, but the Cats get on the board. A true baseball announcer could probably tell you the scoring and all that, but I'm not a true baseball announcer. You know, the numbers and all that. So we will move to the 7th now. Graves, Mason, and Foster to lead things off for the Solons. So we move to the 7th. Score 10-1. Chairs being blown down the bank now by the wind.
So stay on the ball in the field.
Like, if there's a big, if there's a big, if there's a like a single base hit,
Graves to the plate to lead off the top of the 7th for the Solons.
and you've got outfield players over there, but you've got a runner going up to first. Try and keep that runner in the shot.
So you want to see the runner, you don't want to see the fielder.
I kind of want to see the.
C-Card pops that one up. Back. Top of the bank. We're safe.
I'm not sure. So usually,
You want to see what happens with the ball. So as soon as you can see, like if it's fielded or if it's dropped and it's base hit,
yeah.
then you cut the other camera. But if there's
I
nothing,
believe we've got a 1-1. I'm not seeing anything on the scoreboard out there, but I'm pretty sure it's 1-1.
this camera's not going to really get it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to try to continue to capture that.
Okay, I trust your judgment, Lance.
1 and 2. One and two the counts to Graves. Graves calls time. Struck him out. So C-Card, other than giving up a few walks and a couple of singles last inning, has pitched really well. Coach Allen going out to the mound. as it'll be Jackson Mason coming up. And looks like C-Card's done. And taking over pitching is going to be Justin Montgomery. So now we'll have some warm-ups as Montgomery's going to warm up here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Cats trailing 10-1. C-Card's going to move back to first. I don't really see where Grayson went. Short, I guess, because that's where Justin was. Yeah, McNaughton goes to short. All right, couple of musical notes on this day in 1974. Leonard Skinner's second helping album released. Had a song on it called Sweet Home Alabama, you might have heard. And my
What's that one again?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, Sweet Home.
Sweet Home Alabama. And my personal all-time, well, no, I mean, you got to go, Freebird's got to be number 1. So I apologize for that. Freebird is my number 1 Skinner song. My number 2 Skinner song, Call Me the Breeze, and that was on that album as well.
You know, I tried to sing the Freebird guitar solo, guitar part
Yeah?
to Natalia the other night.
How'd you do?
I mean, I did great.
Yeah.
I did great.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that I did a good job. She did not know.
On this day in 1966, Rolling Stones released Aftermath. Had Painted Black and Under My Thumb on it. And in 1980, is this 1985? I thought it was 82. I'll have to look it up. Anvil, the group Anvil out of Canada, released Metal on Metal. I've actually interviewed Lips a couple of times. Really cool guy from Anvil. Yeah, you ever heard the story of Anvil, that movie they made? Oh, these guys, this metal band is just, it's too hard to get into right now. Just the things they've been through, the longevity that they've managed to. They're still putting out music now, good music. But all right, Jackson Mason, Montgomery with a pitch out to left, caught for the second out. That'll bring up Clayton Foster. Nice catch over there and left by Newell. Foster up, 2 down, top of the 7th. Back to Montgomery. Over to C-Card. 1-2-3 inning. Move to the bottom of the 7th. We'll see. We're due to have Jake Hayden, John C-Card, and Will Halperin up. We'll see if Coach Allen makes any batting changes here. Trailing 10-1. Michael, why don't I read the sponsors while we're doing this? You're watching Hazen Varsity Baseball. Home opener today. HCTV, channel 1080 on your cable dial, streaming worldwide and archived at www.hctv.us. Our sponsors today, Green Mountain Technology and Career Center, gmtcc.lsd.org, Jumpstart Your Future. The Village Restaurant, 472-5701. And the Hardwick Academy Hazen Union Alumni Association. Save the date, June 20th for the Masters Memorial Golf, June 21st for the Alumni Reunion. Read about the game in the next edition of the Hardwick Gazette, your community-owned newspaper. And happy birthday to us, 20 years producing content here for the greater Hardwick community. And really the entire world, because we are on the web now. The World Wide Web. Austin to Boston, Maine to Spain, and everywhere in between. Everywhere in between.
I'm gonna g- I'm gonna go leave it behind.
No reason for it to bring it right up here if you want.
Yeah.
All right, Jake is going to lead things off here for us in the bottom of the seventh. Now, Lance, I know you shot a hockey game over in the Olympic Center, Lake Placid. Any baseball notoriety that you've had the pleasure of doing camera work for?
Yeah, quite a bit of stuff at Fenway Park and Olympic Stadium.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you do down at Fenway?
Like highlights.
Oh, highlight?
So we would go for post game interviews.
Hmm.
And been there a couple times. Just to, like did a feature story on Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow.
He used to play here
Yeah.
in Vermont.
Nice.
Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, that was back before they put the Budweiser bar up there on the roof.
Right.
So I went up there and had that whole roof to myself.
Wow. That's cool. That is cool. Jake Haden.
Okay.
We do have a pitching change out there. I'm going to have to get out my rosters. Hayden's at the plate. 0-1 is the count. I don't have this gentleman on my thing. Let's see if I can find my picture. Down to the pitcher. Throw over. Oh, this is Mason. Okay. Okay. Jackson Mason. And I did have a 7 here. Jackson Mason in. Looking to wind things down here as Hayden hits one right back to him for the first out. Seacard up now. Johnny pitched well for us today. Just had that one little bad half an inning, really. You know, he had a strikeout. But, yeah, he had 2 outs then. Little 2-out rally. Back in the 6th, but then Hazen rallied to their own the bottom of the 6th to score the run to extend the game. One more inning. Seacard to Foster. Foster over to Stanton. 2 outs. And Will Halperin to the plate now. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. But you know what? Regardless, we didn't score on the Solons last year. They beat us 10-zip and 17-zip, so we got a run on them this year. Something to build on. Solon's a veteran team. Cat's growing. One senior. Yep. Foster over to Stanton. And that ends it. Does that end it? They're all going in. I thought there was 2 outs, 3 outs. All right, that ends the game. Solon's come out of this with a win. Their opening game. Opening game here at Hudson Fields. A loss, 10-1. We will host Payne Mountain on Thursday. First pitch will be at 4:30. Once again, you've been watching HCTV. Channel 1080 on your cable dial, streaming worldwide and archived at www.hctv.us. Lance Hall with the call. Lance McKenzie on camera. Michael on tech. We'll be back here Thursday afternoon for more Wildcat baseball action. Until then, live every moment, love every day. Bye-bye.